Should you be buying or should you be selling? This is a question that enters your mind all the time. You're always thinking about, hey, should I be buying right now or should I be selling? You go out onto the internet, you try to look for all of these different clues. You take some of these clues, sometimes you get burnt, and then you ask yourself again, should I be buying, should I be selling? And then the market moves in one way or another, and you automatically feel that you missed the trade. You knew you should have been buying, you knew you should have been selling, and then it eats you away. But as it comes back, time and time again, you're continuously thinking about, should you be buying or should you be selling? I want to make a video that's abundantly clear on what you should be doing. And we're going to use facts in the charts, facts that have proven to be correct over the course of Bitcoin's entire history. And I want you to leave this video with a sense of clarity, a sense of calm, and a sense of exact information, black and white facts right in front of your face. Let's jump into this video. If you're new here, welcome in. My name is Steve, and my goal on this channel is to actually help you. I know that's very rare, especially in crypto, but this is a channel that focuses right on the facts and only the facts, and it's meant to actually help you. So hit that subscribe button, throw a thumbs up on this video, and let's jump into something that's actually going to help you. So on the chart, I want to focus our attention to the bottom indicator we have here. And essentially this indicator measures overbought and oversold, which in our case, buying and selling is our main thing we're looking at. So we want an indicator that is the best at buying and selling. This is not one indicator. This is multiple indicators combined into one. What I have found on my trading journey to be the best indicators in the world for trading are all in one indicator here. Now we have two zones of this indicator. We have the top yellow box up here, and then we have the bottom box down here. If you've noticed, Bitcoin has just dipped its head into this lower box here, which could be a concern to most, but not after watching this video. So let's start with the top of this box, right? The top is up here. This represents the most overbought of Bitcoin, right? And when we get into this zone, we know that most everyone in the market is buying. Now, we also have to take a step back and we have to look at the big picture of trading. And luckily for me, I've been in trading for way more than 20 years and I've made all sorts of idiotic mistakes and I've learned from all of them. And what is apparent the most is when all the humans are buying, you want to be selling. You do not want to be doing what they do because they make emotional decisions and you make logical decisions. Now, when we're the most overbought in Bitcoin's history is in this yellow box, plain and simple. So when all of the humans are buying here, what happened to the market? The market crashed. That was an incredible place to take profits. How about here? 2013, almost everybody was buying here. That was an incredible time to take profits. The market fell by something like 75%. How about here? This happened to be the top of the market. Everybody was buying here. People were going crazy buying. What happened? The market fell by probably like 85%. Now, years later, we just dipped our head here. That was an incredible time to take profits. The market fell by a whole maybe 50, 60% here. And once again here, this was the market cycle top. So if you look at time after time after time, this is the simple area that represents the most overbought. And you want to be doing the opposite of everybody, right? Case in point here. This was the 14K high. We dipped our head right into this zone, which is the most overbought. Everyone was buying. What do you want to be doing? Selling. You want to be profit taking when we're up here. This is where to take profit. Now, once again, this was the market cycle top. This was our double top. Look at the incredible strong divergence. Huge divergence with our market cycle top 1 and our second market cycle top. This would have told you to take profits here. Now, for those of you who are my students, a lot of my students have this indicator. This is a part of our courses, but I just want to be clear that you're not going to be able to get this indicator here, but it's incredibly strong with overbought, oversold. It's multiple indicators combined into one. This is a custom indicator, but you don't need the indicator to understand this video. And we're about to get to this bottom channel and what that represents. But once again, huge amounts of people are buying here. an incredibly strong divergence. Divergence means that this is a high, this is a lower high, but in price we made a high and a higher high. Whenever the indicator is doing the opposite of price, whatever is happening to price, it'll be the opposite of that. And the price was going up, so the price collapsed by a very large margin. Now, once we collapsed from here, we fell into this bottom channel. Now, if we know this top means that everyone is buying, we know that the bottom means everyone is selling. So in simple terms, if you're a long-term investor, which you should be, if you're a day trader or a swing trader, I want you to be honest with your results. And if you just put your money into Bitcoin and didn't touch it, would you have more money than today or about the same? I want you to be honest, because we know how much stress you've had in all of these trades you've been doing since you've been in crypto. You know how much stress that caused you. Every time you're like, oh my God, did I make the right decision? Oh, should I put in more? Should I put my stop loss here? Oh, wait. Oh, the market is turning. Oh my God, the market's going against me. You know how much stress that caused you. And I want you to keep it simple with this chart that's in front of you. Keep it simple. Simply put, you want to do the opposite of all the herd. Simply put, if you can just do that, you're going to be incredible. The problem is when we get down into this bottom channel, we know that this top one is everyone is buying. We know that this bottom is everyone is selling. The problem is once the market starts crashing, everybody will sell to try to time the bottom. And you have to look at the facts. 90 to 95% of people will lose money in crypto and lose money in every market on planet Earth. It's not been happening just this year. It didn't just happen last year. It's been happening for decades and decades and decades and decades and decades and decades. And it will continue to happen for decades and decades and decades. This simple scenario is do the opposite of everybody and you'll be fine. And don't try to time the bottom. Do not try to time the bottom. If you look at it and you say, okay, we dip below into this yellow box here, and we started here and price actually fell a little bit further. That's not the right way to look at it, because most people will try to time this bottom here. If you bought anywhere in here, you are a freaking superhero for years to come. These next cycles that play out. It doesn't matter if you bought here or here or here, or you waited one day or waited 1 hour. It doesn't matter, right? And we didn't fall back into here until this scenario here, right? This scenario, once again, represented everybody is selling. What do you want to be doing while everyone is selling? You want to be buying, plain and simple. It's clear as day, right? So if you bought anywhere during this period, once again, years later, you look like a superhero. And this happens to be a classic bear market. This happens to be a classic bear market. This happens to be a classic bear market. Where it gets interesting is this little data point here. This was not a bear market. This was a double dip. We just showed you in our last video, Bitcoin just double dipped. You can see it right here. And you can see it right here. We're in a double dip, right? So this was not a textbook classic bear market. This was very short-lived. And once again, when you dipped your head into here, we were at about 7K. So 7K, and we fell all the way to 3K. So if you bought anywhere from 7K to 3K by looking at what's in front of you right here, what happened years later? Because we're years later now. If you bought between 7K and 3K, how would you feel today? At Bitcoin, whatever it's at, 20-something thousand. How would you feel today? You would feel like a freaking superhero, plain and simple. Every one of your friends would be asking you, how the hell did you do it? How did you buy down there? How did you know? And how did you hold all this time? They would be flabbergasted. They would be wondering, what the hell is going on? How did you know? Are you a superhero? Like, seriously, think about it. If you bought between 7K and 3K, because that's where we're at now. We're in that double dip. We just had a classic bear market right here. Textbook. Look at it. Right here. It's the same as here. It's the same as here. And it's the same as here. We just had it. We finished it. We're double dipping. This is an incredible opportunity because it's scary. It's scary to the herd. They're like, oh my God, we could fall way lower. Let's try to time the bottom. So they try to time the bottom. It's the same people who were waiting for 10K like 10 months ago. Oh my God, 10K is coming. I'm putting my buy orders at 10K. They're still waiting for 10K. And guess what? 3 years from now, they're going to be like, what the hell happened to 10K? It never came. They're still going to be waiting for it. And then they'll buy again at the top. Unfortunately, I hate to see it. But those same people that are waiting for 10K, they're going to buy at the top. Why? Because everyone buys at the top. Look at the facts. Everyone buys at the top. Everyone. Bitcoin is the most overbought at every single top, period. These are facts. We cannot deny them. These are not opinions. Oh, I think people buy at the top. No, these are cold, hard facts. Can't deny it. Everyone buys at the top. Everyone sells at the bottom, period. What should you do? The opposite of everybody. That's it. Just do the opposite. Don't try to time the bottom. Don't try to time the top. You take your profits when you're in this area up here and you buy when you're in this area down here, especially on a double dip. We're on a double dip now. So could it get worse? Could price go down? Yeah. Does anybody know if it's going to? No. Do we know for a fact that Bitcoin is one of the most oversold in history? Yes. We have facts on that. Cold hard facts. This box represents the most oversold in history. We're inside this box. We don't enter it very often. We entered it here for a little bit in 2011. We entered it here for a tiny bit in 13. We entered it a little bit in 14, 15, classic bear market. We entered it in 18, 19, classic bear market. A quick double dip here in 20 and 19. We entered it a tiny bit here. And then we entered it a classic amount here, and we're in a double dip. So could this double dip be quick like here, where it doesn't last very long? It could. During this double dip, could we see a downfall in price? We could. If you had bought anywhere in this double dip from 3K to 7K, how would you feel today? That's the key. So while everybody is selling, trying to time the bottom, do not do what they are doing. So in this video, this gives you a new sense. You may not have thought about trading this way. You may not have thought about investing this way because of greed. You think that all of these successful people are day traders and swing traders. They're not. The most successful people on planet Earth, historically, trading any market on planet Earth for decades and decades and decades, they're all long-term investors. Those are the most successful. Those are the most wealthy people. Do you want to follow what they're doing, or do you want to do what the herd is doing? Trying to time the market, time the bottom, time the top. They get screwed every time. Don't do what they're doing. Focus right here in front of you. This is where to be. This is where to make all of your money. This is where to change the financial future of you and your family is right here. It's hard to do because it's emotional. It's hard to buy when everyone is selling. It's hard to sell when everyone is buying. It's hard to do. When everyone goes left, what are you doing? It's a good chance you're going left with them. It's a good chance. Most humans' mindset is that. I want you to do the opposite. Look at it. Cold, hard facts right in front of you. I want you to share this video with people who are in crypto, with people who are over trading, with people that have too much stress, with people that are continuously making bad mistakes. I want you to share this with them. I want you to share it even with people who are doing well so they can do better. I want you to share it with them. That's the only thing I ask, as well as, well, make sure you subscribe, hit a thumbs up, and I'll see you back here in the next video. Peace and love to the fellow underdogs. Do you want to know when to buy and when to sell? Click this video right now.